Alexis here, coming to you with an awesome sale of 25% off when you use promo code OHURU25 at alexisfowler.com. And I provide services like digital art, logo designs, packaging designs, web designs, social media flyers, and much more. If you're an entrepreneur with a business or a startup company, make sure you take advantage of this opportunity, getting 25% off when you use promo code OHURU25 at alexisfowler.com.
Peace, family. I hope all is well. I hope your Tuesday, today's Tuesday. I hope your Tuesday afternoon is going well. Do me a favor, hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Also, make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. It will really mean a lot. Again, make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. We all know what's going on in Israel right now, the Holy Land. And I say that very loosely. Or the promised land. Again, I say that very loosely. That's just what it's referred to. But my promised land, my holy land, is river number 2 in Sierra Leone with some big lobster, with a big lobster stretched out on the sand with a beach towel, beautiful women in bikinis surrounding me. And if I have to find a way, to get Origin beer to Sierra Leone. So Origin beer, fresh lobster, that coconut rice, beautiful women. That's the Holy Land for me. But for some of you guys, it's Israel, where folks are the middle, whatever, I don't know, Palestine, Israel, where people are getting bombed and they just fight all the time. Hey, you can have it. That's all you. That's all. That is all you. But listen, this is my question. I see the black Hebrew Israelites, they on the street corners in America. Revelations chapter 3, verse 5, read. Both, Fitzgerald, both. Whatever you want, both. You know, we are the original Hebrews. And listen, believe what you want. That's fine. Whatever. Here we go. Oh my, I'm Sierra Leonean. Guys, listen, ain't nothing better. Listen, guys, listen. You want the promised land? You want the Holy Land? River number 2, Sierra Leone, with some fresh grilled lobster, coconut rice. They got my boy who makes the mojitos. The best mojitos you'll ever have in your life. The best mojito you will ever have in your life. The best pina coladas you will have in your life. You will ever have in your life. Beautiful women in bikinis, just walking, beautiful, just salon gals, just beautiful salon women. That's the Holy Land. That is the Holy Land. I don't know what's going on in the Middle East. I don't know how that, I don't understand how that became the Holy Land. Holy Land's in Sierra Leone, in Freetown. That's where the Holy Land is. Best lobster in the world, beautiful women, best mojitos and pina coladas in the world. That coconut rice is fire. Beautiful salon gals just looking just beautiful and just chocolate and sexy and that's the Holy Land. What John got in, the Middle East, you can have that. You can have it. Go defend that. You can go defend that, protect that, whatever you want to do. That's on you. But I will be in the Holy Land come November. That's where I'm gonna be. Don't get me wrong. Sierra Leone has some great jollof rice, but that coconut rice, river number 2 with that lobster, man, whew, you can't beat it. They put this sauce on it. I need to get the sauce. I need to bottle the sauce. The sauce they put on the lobster, that's the Holy Land. That's the promised land. White sand beaches, blue water, beautiful women, lobster, coconut rice, pina coladas. That's the Holy Land. You can have the Middle East. Nothing against my Christian and my Christian and my Jewish and my Muslim brothers and sisters. Here we go. Because Tyler came with me in April. Tyler, am I lying? No, bro, Dynast isn't lying. That's the Holy Land. That's the promised land. Y'all can have the Middle East. Listen, you can have it. Dynast Amir will not be fighting over the Middle East. All right? Y'all can have it. No problem. Listen, all facts. I'm not lying. Jesus, God, whatever you believe in, he touched that land, that river number 2. That land is truly blessed. But then you have certain factions, not all, but you have certain factions of these black Hebrew Israelites that would tell you that the Africans knew we was Hebrews and they sold us into slavery and the promised land is Israel. All pseudo, by the way. But hey, if the promised land is Israel for you, that's fine. The Middle East, Gaza Strip, whatever, that's fine. But this is the problem I have with some of you Hebrew Israelites. Y'all are so militant and ready to go to bat here in America. Meanwhile, Hamas has bum rushed your Holy Land. They have bum rushed the Holy Land. They have bum rushed Israel. But you guys are still in America arguing on street corners. Talking about Weta is Judah. And I go to Weta, I say, hey, is Weta Judah? They start laughing at me. What? The Holy Land. Oh, well, to you guys, in all respect, that's fine. If you believe that, all respect to you. So I just told you where my Holy Land is, river number 2. God has touched that land. You're arguing about black Jews in Portugal. I don't know. I see all types of weird stuff that Israel's America, all types of weird. I don't know what y'all be talking about. But all I'm saying, Hamas right now has bum rushed Israel, and the synagogue of Satan, they're the ones protecting it. I only see them. I only see the synagogue of Satan, as you guys call them. I only see them protecting it. I see them, the synagogue of Satan. I see them putting in more work in defending your Holy Land than the so-called we are the original black Hebrew Israelites and all that area was part of Africa. And the only thing that separates it is the Red Sea or whatever that, all that is Africa. What's the water the water that they say is man made? It separates that from Africa. What is it called? That separates like Egypt and guys. What's the not the Red Sea? What is it? Guys, help me out in the chat room. I don't have a map in front of me. Guys, help me out. Hold on. Let me pull up a map. Suez Canal. There we go. The Suez Canal. Thank you. The Suez Canal. The Middle East is really Africa, and the Hebrews, that's our middle land. That's our holy land. The Black Hebrews, that's our holy land. But I only see the so-called synagogue of Satan. They're the ones put in the work, the most work, protecting your holy land. That's what I'm confused about. Don't yell at us over here in America. You need to be in the Holy Land. That's all I'm saying. Again, don't yell at us here in America. It's supposed to be over there. Hamas then bum rushed the border. Hamas has bum rushed the border. I'm dead serious. They be right here in Atlanta on the street corners yelling, talking about how the Africans sold them into slavery and how all that is Africa and it's the Suez Canal, a man-made canal that separates. There's no such thing as the Middle East. It's all Africa. And that they're, the original Black Hebrews and that land is theirs, and that the synagogue of Satan. You guys know. If you guys know, you know. Go ahead, Skylar. Skylar. Guys, links in the chat room. Skylar, I can't hear you. Link is in the chat room. If you want to call in and add to the conversation, you can. The Hebrew says Palestinian and Israeli are both invaders. Oh, okay. If they're both that's my point. If they are both invaders, what are you guys doing to go get your land back instead of yelling at us and mad at Africans for allegedly selling the Hebrews into slavery? That's my point. That's the point I'm trying to make. If the Palestinian and if the synagogue of Satan, whatever you guys call it, if they are the invaders and they are putting in more work to protect that land, to the point where Black Hebrew Israelites are serving in the synagogue of Satan's military, that's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. Like, what's going on? I'm missing something. Go ahead, Skylar.
Hey, Dynast. Yeah, I don't know, I actually kind of
Hey,
kind of
Skylar, it's crackling, like your noise. It's crackling. Like,
can you hear me now?
go ahead. We'll walk with it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the Black Hebrew Israelite. I feel like there's kind of two groups of Black Hebrew Israelite. There's the serious ones that go to Israel and support the IDF and join the army and are in Israel, like the one in Des Moines, and like another one. There's a guy named Stoudemire.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
you
yeah,
could look
yeah.
him
No,
up.
no, no. Yeah. So, but still, the ones that are going to Israel is serving for the IDF. Like, why would you join the synagogue of Satan's military?
I feel like there are different groups there's like a whole bunch of different Hebrews,
No, no,
I feel
no,
like
no. But they all believe that the Jews or whatever you want to call them over there currently aren't the real ones. But they go
some
over
do.
there. But they go over there. Well, Amari Stoudemire, that's his whole separate. That's whole separate. I'm talking
No, but
about.
he's a black. No, but he is a Black Hebrew Israelite. He is a Black
No, no, no,
Hebrew
no, no,
Israelite.
no, 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 no. He doesn't know. He converted to Judaism, but he doesn't consider himself a Black Hebrew Israelite.
I know, but he was in the movement though. Like I feel like there's different groups. Like again, there's the one in Des
He
Moines.
was
Like
never in the movement. He had a rabbi, a white rabbi, or I don't, I don't know. I don't know how that works. It's like they treat it like it's ethnic, but it's not. It's religious. So I don't know how it works. But he joined like
a rabbinical court, rabbinical court. He
no,
actually
no.
converted to Judaism.
Yeah, so he joined a synagogue, like a normal. I don't want to say normal, but he's a black. He converted to Judaism. He isn't one of these. He isn't a Black Hebrew Israelite. He's
Yeah,
different,
he's a Israeli dual citizen. Yeah,
right? That's
yeah,
what I'm saying. But so
but
so but
yeah,
he doesn't like he doesn't have the same ideology as the Black Hebrew Israelites.
yeah, but he sees himself as a like the Black Hebrew sees themselves as a Jew, descendants of Jews. He does too, but he's not in the whole like yelling at a street corner and shit. You know what I mean? Like he actually like converted to Judaism and went to go apply for Israel citizenship. Like that's
Right.
not what the ones that do. Yeah, but he does like the black see themselves as Jews, the Black Hebrew Israelites see themselves as Jews of West Africa, like he does. But you know he's actually serious. He actually got a dual Israeli citizenship, and he's like in Israel and shit. But yeah, there's like Black Jews too. They're Ethiopian Jews. They're like all kinds of like Black Jews that are in Israel and that are fighting the IDF. But yeah, I like so the idea that but they're serious, you know what I mean? Like they're actually in the idea of fighting. The one on the street corner, I don't know like what's their opinion because like if you claim that that's your land, why aren't you fighting for your land? Like why are you letting the Muslims and the Arabs take your land if you consider like Jerusalem Jewish land? But I understand your point now. Like they're not fighting pretty much.
Yeah, guys. Links in the chat room. If you want to click on the link and call in. Again, link is in the chat room. If you want to click on the link and call in, you click on the link and call in. But yeah, but Mars Stoudemire, he wouldn't be like he wouldn't really be. He's exempt from this from this topic because he went the I don't want to say normal. He just converted to Judaism. He joined the synagogue. You know, that's the route he went. Like he's not going around talking
Yeah,
about the synagogue of Satan and the African sold us because they knew we was Hebrews and all. He's not doing all that.
yeah,
Yeah, he's a black guy who converted to Judaism, like Shine, like the rapper Shine. He's another one.
yeah. Like Sammy Davis Jr. You know Sammy Davis Jr. He's also he converted to Judaism too. There's like there's a lot of Black Americans that convert to Judaism that are not in that like Hebrew Israelite shit. So like I don't know why I don't know it's kind of weird, but I guess they're a separate thing. But there's a lot of Black Americans that convert to Judaism and support Israel. And yeah,
Yeah, guys, links in the chat room if you want to call in, click on the link. I know somebody in the chat room said they wanted to call in, so you just got to click on the link. All right, Mr. Important. Go ahead.
What's going on with you?
What's up?
No, I wanted to say I think you're kind of gaslighting a little bit.
Okay. How am I
You
gaslighting?
know, well, for one, okay, you know, and I guess you're a little familiar that there's many movements and many sections of Hebrew Israelitism, and that there's also people that believe that they're descendants of Hebrew Israelites that are in Africa. You know, I think that's a known fact, right? When
In
Scripture
Zimbabwe.
tells us
In Zimbabwe. I'm familiar.
Zimbabwe, Ghana, Biafra, Nigeria,
Nah,
it's many places.
Ethiopia. Ethiopia.
Say it again. Yeah,
Ethiopia.
many places, many places. You go to
okay.
Israel, many places. But
Right.
the
Right.
thing about it is that the Scripture says that the land will be trodden down with the Gentiles. That it don't have nothing to do with going over there fighting while it's being inhabited by somebody else. So I think it's kind of like a gaslight when you say, "Well, why you not over there fighting?" Well, the scripture say we're gonna be scattered till the people are gathered from their land. So let's just keep it fair and balanced. That's all. You know what I mean? Like you talked about
That's
the
all,
Sierra Leonean people.
but that's all pseudo, and even what's going on currently in that land, it's all based on pseudo information. Like people are dying over pseudo information. None of these characters from the Bible
Mhm.
ever existed. Abraham, you can't prove. Ibrahim, you can't prove existed. Musa, Moses never
Mhm.
existed, and you have people who are dying over pseudo information.
Well, I mean, and again, like I tell people, at the end of the day, the Bible is meant to be faith based. You know, at the end of the day, it's not a historical in the way of okay, we can go to this tomb of Moses, or we can go to this and that extracurricular source and find these historical characters in the Bible. Is meant to be faith based. But what we're
I
saying is
respect
that
that. I
when you
respect
talk
that.
about prophecy, right? Like I said, it's not meant to be something we can research it or go to something like a hard piece of evidence to prove God's word. We're just saying strictly based on the prophetic words of these men that came, the prophets, that said that this condition or these curses or this judgment or whatever, it can only fit a few people. That's when, like I said, when you mentioned the
Mhm.
Sierra Leone people, right? You talked about Sierra Leone.
Go ahead.
You know, you mentioned the Sierra Leones, and shout out to the Sierra Leone people. You know what I'm saying? I love not what's the one dang what's it? It's green. It's green. They serve it with rice. Cassava. I love cassava leaf. But
Mhm.
my thing is that when you talk about what the Sierra Leonean people have, that's not what we have. We're a landless people. You know, without a land, scattered in these different states, and these places are have fallen into this complete moral and cultural oblivion at this point. So I can't really brag about what the man in Sierra Leone has. Now I can appreciate what he has and travel and go there and stay and enjoy his culture, but that's at the end of the day that's not mine. So I had to let's look at my condition. Let's look at my inheritance or lack thereof. So if I just happen to so called find um again a condition that only fits a handful of people among all the ethnic groups of the world, what's wrong with really identifying that? You know, what's wrong with
Because
identifying with that?
you guys chose this condition. That's the difference. It was a choice. You guys chose to claim that you're a landless people. That's a choice. Has nothing to do with prophecy or faith. You chose to be a landless people.
Okay, so you're saying it. Okay, and I know you go to Nigeria often.
Right.
So if I was to show up in Imo State or River State or I believe Eba State or any of these different places and claim this as my land or claim this as wouldn't there be a people there to contend with me to say no, this is where my active culture has been. Not what might have been 400 to 500 years ago, but this is where I've actively been.
Hello.
And my culture belongs. You don't think you will be contested for that as a black man from America?
No, I'm received when I go to Nigeria. I'm received like I'm at home. I'm home.
No, I'm talking about making moves. Like I'm talking about making moves in that land, making actual political moves,
If
making
I
actual
if I
economic
couldn't
moves.
make if I couldn't make moves, I would have never went. I would never go back. I think you guys are overcomplicating this whole landless people thing.
Yeah. Can I talk to you, Mister in important?
Go ahead.
Hello. Yeah. So like you said, that there are different Hebrew Israelite groups. I understand that. But the thing is, but there are like Hebrew Israelite in Ethiopia. I mean, in Israel, like Stardom, like he identifies as a Hebrew Israelite, but he went to Israel. He got dual citizenship in Israel, and there's Ethiopian Jews in Israel fighting for in the IDF. They're fighting Hamas right now. They see it as their country. Like Sammy Davis Jr. He's a Black American. He converted to Judaism, and he supported Israel. He went to Israel and he supported IDF. There's pictures of him in Israel. So does that mean their religion is fake? They're false disciples, or they have a misinterpretation? Because you say there's different groups. I understand that there's different Hebrew Israelite groups, but from what I see, there's those that actually go to Israel and fight for Israel and support Israel, and there's those that see the Ashkenazi as a fake Jews and Israel's a fake state. But it's just I see the one that go to Israel as serious, like they fight, they actually fight and do stuff, and they're part of the country. But as opposed to the guy that's over here, just like on the corner and saying once the end of the war happens, then we can return to the land. Like once like the Messiah come back and all that stuff, then we can return to the land, as opposed to fighting for the land now. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean that's how they decipher, decipher the scripture to read. I mean, I think if you look at it, like if you understand God, and like I said, shout out to Amari Stoudemire and the people that, because Amari Stoudemire was at one time in the Black Israelite movement. Then he converted over to just regular Judaism. When he went over there and played basketball and that type of thing. But I mean, that belief is just based on scripture. I mean, we look at it like at the end of the day, if you understand the Bible, God always took the path of the most resistance. So why would God come back and make a already powerful people more powerful? He said, I'm gonna take those who are last and make them first. And I just feel like, you can find no other people that's more lost than us. I mean,
Bro, see,
it,
this
I
is the
mean,
problem. This is the problem I have with these religions. It's just they create a atmosphere of victimhood. This is all victimhood. We're lost people. We're lost. We're landless. It's all victimhood. It's like you guys use these scriptures to justify this narrative of victimhood. We have no land. We're lost. We're this. We're that.
I,
That's why I can't get down with it.
we
but but
only
but
lost.
Dinah,
We only
can
lost
I ask you a
because
question?
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna pass it to eyes wide open. I'll pass it to cry aloud spirit aloud. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Important.
Okay, so when you go to these beautiful African countries, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, Ghana, Tanzania, these places, we find people, right? We find people, and this is throughout the world. We find the people with his identity, with his name, speaking his tongue, his language. You see them with their garb. You see them being able to be themselves and accept their own. Because I was one of the people that looked at Africa, or like when they would show you the Dinka people. They stretch their lip and they have different customs. That was funny to me. But when I started learning, I started looking at that like, well, that's a man that can be himself. He accepts his own. He has his own culture, his own, and he is proud of himself, as opposed to the American Negro that has none of that. That doesn't have his name. It doesn't have his land. It doesn't have his language. It doesn't have his garb. So when we look at scripture, we're just saying, well, let's point out the people that are in the most lost state of themselves, lost to themselves, and lost to certain things that all other people on this earth have. Like who are these people? Who is the people who's walking around with another man's name? who's lost, like the Bible say, lost to his heritage, lost to. I mean, I don't know. Like maybe I'm off, or maybe I'm looking at it wrong. I'm not saying be a victim. I'm
Well,
just saying this scripture.
I would say all people in the West, by that definition, all people in the Western Hemisphere, from Canada all the way down to South America, would be, I guess, Hebrew Israelites. Then.
What people? What people are you referring to?
I mean, let's see here. Mexico was colonized by the Spanish. Central
Mm-hmm.
South America was colonized by the Spanish and the Portuguese. So they all have Portuguese names. They all have Spanish names. So shoot,
Well,
everybody,
okay.
everybody's Hebrew Israelites. Then, per your definition.
Well, no,
That
no.
is
Well, now let's
true.
get into their history, though. Now we can get into now. You brought up a certain specific characteristics of them people, but now let's get into their history and match it with what Scripture says. Now we can dig a little deeper, and when we look at those people's history, then we can identify who's who. That's like I said. I'm not going to talk to you to death about it, but I'm just saying let's just keep it fair and balanced with everything. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we not over there fighting was it Hamas? You know what I'm saying? That is
Yeah,
the
man.
idea of holy
Yeah, man.
land.
Man.
But
You gotta go. They bum rush the land. Hamas and bum rush the land, man. I mean,
well,
Ham-
they supposed to fight. I'm saying
Hamas was
when that
was
land is
created
that
by
land
Israel.
is when that land is brought back up, it's supposed to be about peace, and it's supposed to be a people there that's going to represent how man should live on the earth in
so basically,
righteousness.
what you're saying is the synagogue of Satan and Hamas, they're gonna wipe each other out, and y'all just gonna come and show up, and the pearly gates gonna be open. Y'all have access to the Iron Dome and all the resources
See,
and the technology. Y'all just like, I mean, how does this work? I'm just trying to how does this prophecy work? How does this prophecy
uh,
work?
no, what not like I said, I'm not saying it's gonna be all that, man. That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that when that land is brought back, like guys, I'm gonna go down
When
in
you
the
say
valley of
brought
your
back, what does
please,
that mean? Like when you say brought back, what does
just
that mean?
meaning that again that land, the people to be brought back to the land
Who?
is
What
supposed to
people?
be
Like
a
when you say,
certain. It's a righteous remnant, of the people that he gathers from these different lands. It's a righteous remnant of people. They want to see peace on the earth. They want to see love, kindness, happiness between man and woman, and see just a condition of righteousness on the earth, whereas not all the evil, this pervasive, especially here in America, right? But actual people that is living according to Torah, that's living righteously, that could be a light to the Gentiles. That's what it's about.
the
That's
light
all it's about.
to the
Because I
Gentiles?
know, Dennis, you want peace, right? You want peace. You want love between man. You want to live off integrity, right? Correct.
Yeah, of course.
It's, instead of Atlanta, where it's all the gunning people down, just a everyday walk, hundreds of 50 strip clubs, and all the madness is going on. How come we can't live righteously? How come I can't love my brother? I
Of
just look
course.
at it like.
Who said you can't? Of course you can.
So I'm saying it got to be a people that brings all that about, though, doesn't it? It has to be a people,
So
according to God's word, that bring all that righteousness.
what are you waiting on?
We got to wait on God, man. That's all I'm
Wait
saying.
on
We got to
God.
wait on God.
Wait on God.
Yep, we got to wait on
By
God.
the time we wait on
Yeah.
God, all of us gonna be dead.
Yeah, wait on God.
I mean, like I used to practice the Black Hebrew Israelites, and some of the things I start researching on my own, I start seeing it was nothing better than flip religion. It's still a European religion, if I liked it or not. You know, we only lost if we allow our stuff to be lost. You only found when you discover who you are. So if you go to let's say we go to the middle of nowhere and we found some Abenese, and you go up to them and ask them, do you know Jesus? Do you know Yahweh Shai? They're gonna look at you and be like, no, we never heard of them. They might have their own God. We got our own God in our heads. But when you break down that book and you match it up with the stars, it start to make more sense. You'll start to see who is Jesus is actually you. Put your place in Jesus' place. The book is filled with voodoo, spells, rituals. I mean, come on now. Who will sacrifice their own child? on an altar, then a God tell you not to. There are some very profound things in the book. Then we talk about what's it called? Perpetual hate. Let's look at Israel. Israel was made by man. That was not given by no God.
By the British.
Yeah, by the British.
Yeah.
Even if I'm right, I believe the Soviet Union had a part in it. And a lot of those people over there in Israel is actually from Ukraine. Very little bit of them's from Russia. I mean, so they the same people, just a different ideology and speaking a different language.
Hey.
I mean, your promised land could be in your front grass.
I told you, my promised land
hello?
is number 2, Sierra Leone. Hold on, Scott. I want to pass it to Cry. Go ahead, eyes wide open. I'm passing the Cry aloud.
What's up, y'all?
Go ahead.
Now, you can hear me?
I hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. So, Dynas, you just baiting us, right?
How am I baiting you guys?
You already know what the prophecy says. You know what we're going to say. You know all this already because you speak to us a lot. So this is all. This is just a bait for us, to get on.
How is it a bait? But all I'm saying is other people who have converted to Hebrew Israelite, they not waiting. They not waiting. The only group of people on this planet who would take a religious text and interpret it to wait are black people. I don't hear this shit from other groups of people.
Well, you know why? Because all the religious texts besides the Bible is wrong, and all these it's fake, and all these people are not really following their religion down to the T like the Israelites are trying to. So why aren't we in the land right now trying to fight against these Israelis or these Muslims? Well, it's because we follow the text, and the text says, well, for us Messianic Israelites, the real question should be, why aren't the ones who don't believe in the Messiah, the Israelites who don't believe in the Messiah, who believe in Old Testament only, why aren't they in the land fighting them? Because the ones who do believe in the Messiah, we follow what the prophecy says. The prophecy says that the Most High is going to bring these nations together to fight against one another. Why? Because it's punishment for what they did to us. And then once he's done with them, then we will enter into the land. But he's bringing them together as a punishment for what they have done to the children of Israel.
So when you say you enter into the land, how does this look like? So they all kill each other, wipe each other out, then y'all just walk right in and just...
The Messiah comes. It says in the sound of the seventh trumpet. The sound of the seventh trumpet, that's when the Messiah comes. And he lead us into the land. He's our king. So we're not going into the land by ourselves, because if we go back to the land, it ain't gonna be nothing but a bunch of niggas fighting each other again, and we probably kill each other or get kicked out the land again. So we need our righteous king, who is the Messiah.
So how you know when you'll come across the Messiah?
Because it says in the scripture that he comes like lightning from, I believe, from west to east, and his feet lands on Mount Zion.
But it also said that he's come with vengeance and blood.
Yeah, exactly. So he's doing the fighting, not us.
Messiah can also come from within.
He's doing the fighting, not us.
I mean, that makes no sense, because you go back into the Old Testament, David did the fighting.
No, David didn't do the fighting by himself. It was the Spirit of the Most High with him.
He didn't do it by himself, but he still had to put in work.
Guys,
the Spirit of the Most High allowed him to do it.
What are we doing?
Putting in work. David still had an army.
The Spirit of the Most High allowed him to do it, but it's no more fighting for us physically. We don't need to. The Messiah is here. Our King David is here. Our King, he's here. He's doing the fighting, and his angels.
What did King David do after that? Then what did Solomon do after that? After he took the throne?
But you're talking about you're talking about history. We're talking about what's going to happen in the future now.
Okay, so do history not repeat itself? Do you not think somebody else can take the throne and be corrupted?
So if a man like me and you go back to that, go try to take down these other nations, it's not going to work, right? It's not written inside. It's not written inside prophecy. I understand that you guys, you might want to be a one of our rebellious, Israelites, just like our ancestors in the Bible. You want to be rebellious, right? You want to fight against the word. You want to, because I don't know, the Christian church hurt you so bad, lied to you so bad that now you're all butt hurt over the word. You got to
But what
understand,
I'm
man.
saying, but if we think smarter than that, if they can, if man have the power to change history, why you don't think they'd change the Bible? Do you actually believe that they will give you a book of freedom
All right,
that
so if the
leads you to
Bible,
anything
if
without
the
changing
Bible,
it, without manipulating you? I mean, like right now, we watch the Ukraine and Russia war. These devils are getting on TV, are actually saying that Russia bombed Japan. They are actually saying this, and they are trying to make this history. They are changing history right here in front of us. We had the
no, they're
Canadians.
not changing history.
They're trying to, because
Listen,
we got a lot of young people who don't even know about World War II. They don't even
everything,
know about Hitler. They don't even know
everything,
about the
er-
Ukrainians being part of the SS. They don't even know about our people who suffered by the Germans. They don't. Why we don't know about black people who's in World War II fighting for so-called our freedom? What about the black people who was living in Germany all the way? Nobody talks about that because it's taken out of history. But what I'm saying, if they can do that, they can do that to the so-called Bible. So basically what I'm saying, we got to think on a higher level and quit thinking that something printed on a black and white book that is to be all and know all. That's not to be all and know all. We got to think higher. I mean, we still got people who believe in flat earth. But meanwhile, Chinese is trying to make a colonize out of the moon.
what they got to do what we talking about though?
But what I'm saying is to
Hey,
think higher. I'm not going to wait here. I'm not going to sit here and wait for no man to come and save me. If
All
I
right,
believe in
so
God,
so
I
so
want to
go
believe
over there by
in me.
yourself and get slaughtered.
No, but
No,
listen,
I'm not
You're
I've
gonna
fighting
get
already,
nobody.
slaughtered.
hold
why
on.
would
I've
you want to go
already
You're
over
gonna
there?
get
said,
slaughtered.
listen, cry loud. I said, y'all can have that portion of the planet. Y'all can
Right.
Right,
I'm
have
not
it.
fighting nobody wars.
Yeah, y'all can
I'm
right.
have
about
that portion of the
peace,
planet.
love, and freedom.
Listen, my holy land, again, my holy land, my promised land is beach river number 2 in Freetown, Sierra Leone, with a pina colada,
Some
best
cassava leaf.
lobster on the planet, some coconut jollof rice laid out, and beautiful women in bikinis. That is my promised land. Y'all can
That's not
Okay,
in the Bible,
have
okay.
that.
So
Dynast.
Dynast, so
They
That's
Listen,
not in
Dynast,
the
y'all can
say
have
Bible.
that.
that
so
part of the land.
No,
Dynast,
that's
so
Y'all
beautiful.
can
Dynast,
have that part of the
so
land.
You
Dynast.
can't have that, Dynast. That's
When
not
they
in the
come for
Bible.
your land, right? When they come for your land, when they come for your land, are you gonna go over there and fight?
I'm a head over. I'm a head over there. I'm a
Yeah.
head over
And
there.
are you gonna win?
It don't matter because
It
that's
does
what men
matter.
do.
So what's the
I'm
point
a
of
head
fighting
over
if
there.
you ain't gonna win?
Listen. They
So you're
better not touch
scared.
river
Or
number 2.
So
fighting.
you got God
They better
behind you.
not
You're
touch
scared.
river number 2. It's on. They better not touch river number 2. It's gonna
Bro,
be
Come
you
on,
got
power.
God behind
we've
you.
been having black Hebrews been saying that
They scared.
the Yahweh Shai is gonna come back since the 80s.
I
I
know.
mean, golly, we pushing 40 years.
You gotta
Telling
be
you.
patient.
Listen. Like
The
I said,
prophecies gotta
listen.
be fulfilled.
Hold on, chocolate Frenchie. Listen, chocolate Frenchie in a 2-piece bikini on river number 2,
Mm,
sitting down, holding hands, walking in the water. That's
that's
heaven.
heaven.
That's
Listen,
heaven. That is heaven.
what
You know,
happened? What
chocolate
happened in the
Frenchie.
1500s when the white man came on that beach land that you talking about?
I don't know, but the Hebrews weren't
What
there.
happened in the 1500s?
The Hebrews
Well,
sure
you
as
know,
hell wasn't
speak of
there.
the 1500s, if I'm right, was the Irish was the first ones to be slave here in America?
Why didn't
The
the Hebrews
Irish?
help us?
No,
The
they
Irish.
they
This
they
is actually
they were
history.
indentured servants.
They were slaves.
Indentured
This is why you
servants.
see black
Stop
people with
doing
red hair.
wordplay.
Did
Slavery
the
is
did the
slavery.
did the white
No, it's
man make
not.
the blacks
Indentured
and Irish
servants.
people integrate? This is why you will see some black people
Stop
with
trying to let
reddish
the white
hair.
man take your place, man. Listen,
What?
Come on, man. This is
You
knowledge,
want to
man.
be a
This is
slave?
history. I study history.
huh?
I don't need a book to
I
tell
mean,
me
it's
history. I
history.
study real
Don't
history.
try to replace us with the white man. It's
No,
history.
I'm not replacing us, but I'm telling you that is facts. That is facts because the UK and the colonizers, they was already colonizing white people and dogging them and making them slaves, and they was already here. And there was some blacks who was a part of it.
And the Moors enslaved them.
Yo, but wait, hold on. How come we don't tell this to the Egyptologist who talks about Egypt as their land? How come we don't tell them to go back to Egypt and take that back from the Muslims, huh?
That you gotta listen. You got a point. Listen,
Yeah.
you have a point. You have a. That's why me personally, I don't get excited about the pyramids in Egypt. You have a point. In fact, I was watching his name is Shaka Bars, right? No, I like Shaka Bars, nothing against him. So he took a group to Egypt and he's in one of the pyramids yelling at one of the Arab custodians of the pyramids. I'm like, bro, like, y'all, we lost. It's over. They run Egypt. Why are you yelling at the guy for?
We didn't lose, Dynast.
Or whatever. No, but he was yelling at him like he was saying, yeah, this used to be ours. This used to be ours. You the original Egyptians. I mean, dude, listen, bro, it's over,
You know,
man.
Dynast,
Like, I mean,
you know why that is?
Oh man, like go enjoy the pyramids, ride camels, but I mean, you're not about to bum rush Cairo. You know, it's not gonna happen.
I mean, we
man.
better
But
off making our.
But listen,
we
he was
better off
yelling.
making our
Yeah, they
own
can keep Egypt. I'm over Egypt. Listen, I got river number 2. I'm planting my flag in river number 2. There's gonna be a problem. Yeah, we cannot lose West Africa. We cannot lose river number 2. But
All right.
Egypt,
So Dynast, you got river number 2, right? So
Right.
let the rest of Atlanta, Georgia, with Young Thug and all the rest of them come to
they
river
can't.
number 2.
They ain't river.
Let's see what's gonna happen. They're gonna start kicking y'all out of river number 2.
No, they're not. No, they won't. It won't.
Well, I'll
Happen.
tell you what, maybe the Hebrews can leave Africa and go back to Israel, and then these guys you're talking about can meet y'all there.
We going back to Israel. Don't worry.
Y'all ain't going back to Israel. Y'all leaving
You'll
Israel.
see. You'll see.
Y'all leaving Israel.
When the Messiah
They don't
cracked
want
that
y'all
sky,
there.
man. Don't.
Hey,
I don't. When the
I
Messiah
can't
cracked the sky, you'll see.
I can't wait for that sky to crack.
That sky is cracking right now. The damn
I can't wait.
Listen, Hamas is shooting them the missiles. Them skies are cracking all night.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah, come on, man.
Listen, man. We just gotta wait for prophecy. That's all it is. Because we got Israelites in the land right now. There's Israelites in the land right now.
They faking.
And some of them got caught up. I heard somebody know some black Israelites from America who got caught up in Ashkelon.
Okay. Well, why aren't they fighting? Who are they for? Are they for the Israelis or are they for the Palestinians?
They for themselves.
Israel, which side are they for?
We can't be with the Israelis because they don't believe in the Messiah.
Okay,
and we can't be with the Palestinians because they don't believe in the Messiah as the son of the Most High. They only believe in him as a prophet.
Y'all gonna wait another 1,000 years.
But the Palestinians been over there in that land for thousands of years.
Yeah.
And some of them know that they Israelites.
Really?
Yeah. I spoke to some of them. They know that they Israelites.
Okay.
Some of them think that they just Muslims.
Okay.
I'm serious. And you can even watch some videos. They made videos
on YouTube.
I mean, the way I see
you can look it up on YouTube.
Africa post the links.
Richer than Israel is.
I'm gonna have to go look for it.
Okay. Anytime.
Nah, just type in Israelites and Tel Arad.
The link there.
Israelites and Tel Arad.
What if I find the wrong video? Why don't you get the exact video and post it for everybody?
That's too much work.
Oh shit! You gotta wait for the Messiah. Damn, y'all lazy, man. Damn.
You guys lazy. Go look for it. I just gave you you a hint.
Okay, I'm not convinced because you're not convinced.
I'm very convinced, man. I'm sure in what I know.
You ain't showing it.
Well, I know I'm gonna sit back with my popcorn and watch both of these nations kill each other.
And then what? And after they kill each other, then what? Then what?
And then, well, what's going to happen? Let me tell you what's really going to happen. Hamas is going to lose. Not because this is in prophecy, right? So Hamas is going to lose.
Okay.
And even if Iran or whoever else comes in, they're going to lose because prophecy says that these fake Jews. It says the Gentiles is going to trotting down Jerusalem until the time of the Messiah, right? So they have to bring about the Antichrist, the one world government, The one, as we already know, the one world currency, everything's going digital. Everybody, they're trying to get everybody on one page, right? So the one world government and the Antichrist is going to be the leader of that one world government, and it's coming through the Zionists. So they're going to lose this. And
But why
and
the
you
Messiah
and
make?
I mean, yeah,
even if you don't
I mean,
believe in
it's
prophecy, you can
Why,
natural
see
that
it
they
why the
probably
happening.
gonna
Messiah just
lose.
bring it on?
They totally outgunned and they outpowered. I mean, they've been in prison in Palestine for what, 75 years now since their land was taken from them. I mean, think about it. They have no food, no water, no energy. Of course they're gonna lose. And plus, you got the United States standing right on the side of Israel. But if we look at Iran, Iran is not as weak as they used to be. So there's parts of that Bible that was talking about some of these countries is going to grow up to be powerful, like even Ethiopia. They're a power nation, but Iran, they are very powerful. So they just sitting back right now. They just watching. But those people in Palestine, I find nothing funny because they are suffering. They are going through it worse than some of these people going through in the worst hoods in America. I'm watching their apartment buildings being blown up, hospitals, everything. And not one media channel is talking about like, hey, these are not military targets.
But why are you feeling bad for them when the Muslims is the ones who enslaved your people back in
But
Africa?
but guess
What
what?
you worry about that
Oh my
for?
goodness.
But hold
Oh,
on, but
Yeah,
hold on.
yeah, Dynast.
You
Come
the
on,
see
you
how
Jews
know.
that
did
hatred,
too. The
that
Jews
hatred blocks you
played
from
a role in the
overthinking.
slave trade as
That
well.
hatred blocks you from thinking higher.
But not the Hebrews.
That hatred, because when you go into that your Bible, is
That's
that
why we
not that's
condemn
the
both
same
of
thing
them.
what the Muslims preach? Don't the Muslims kind of preach the same thing what the Bible preach?
No,
Don't a woman
because
supposed to
the
keep
no, no,
a
no, no,
scarf
we
over her
don't. We
head,
don't
keep her
believe in
head
the
covered?
same thing.
Oh gosh.
But what
What?
I'm
All the
saying, the
same
six books
characters
of
that you
Moses,
say
right?
in your book.
No, we don't got no Muhammad inside our book.
You got but
Elijah
Ibrahim,
Muhammad.
Abraham, Musa, Moses, they're all in
Elijah
the same
Muhammad is not
book.
in the Bible.
No, inside the Quran they call everybody Muslims. We don't call nobody Muslim. The word Muslim not even in our Bible.
No, but the same characters are in the same in your in all of the three of the books.
They are. They are.
The same
No,
characters?
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
Come
I
but
on, man. I
mean,
used to follow. I
it's
used to
because they
follow y'all
got it's
Black
because they
Israelites, man. I
book
used to
is
follow
a
y'all.
copy of ours.
You know, I
Hmm.
even went against some of y'all highest ones out there. And when I start saying certain things, and I was on live like this, he shut me down. So why he just didn't challenge me?
Because he probably didn't know enough. You say what you said to him to me, and I can
But
challenge
if
you.
he's higher than if he supposed to be one of the highest ranking, I mean, he should know enough. How can
Anybody can
somebody
give
teach
themselves a
somebody else
title.
if they don't know enough?
Anybody can give themselves a title. Anybody can get so ask me the same questions you ask him.
I mean, for example, Yahweh Shai.
What
I
about
mean,
him?
how many Yahweh Shai is in the book? There's more than one.
Are you talking about the Son of the Most High, or are you just talking about the name?
So if we start studying the words and break them down through Greek, we'll start seeing that they are talking about the literal sun. The literal sun. The sun bring light to what? Dark places. Without the sun, the earth
Oh my
would
gosh, this guy think
not
he's talking
survive.
about a
Check.
son.
No, no.
Come on,
It's
man.
literally the
Come
sun.
on, boy. Come
Back
on.
in history,
Now you sound
literal
like an
history,
Egyptian.
people worship the sun. From the Incas to the Aztecs, even the Africans, they worship the sun.
Don't you see?
So now you're saying that the
When you
Messiah
believe
is the
in
sun in the sky.
the
Okay.
supernatural is makes more sense,
Who
don't you
can
see?
deny it? The book tells you that itself. If you really pay
Okay,
attention,
but
every eye should see it.
so
Why
so
did they
so
run to Jesus' tomb in the morning?
so the
Why
son was
not run at
born of a
night?
woman. The son was so the sun in the sky came down and went into a woman's belly and came out and walked this earth and did miracles and stuff, right?
No. Virgin. So when you go in Greek, in virgin, that actually stands for a woman who have not had sex. That means that she can have a child. That's all it stands for in Greek. She's ready to have a child.
No,
So I can marry a
in
virgin
You're
Greek, but
breaking
anytime.
the
what about in
narrative,
Hebrew?
man.
What about in Hebrew? Not in Greek. We Hebrews,
We
we ain't Greeks,
before the Hebrew language,
You're
there was
breaking the
Aztec
narrative.
Greek. If
huh?
you turn
Before,
the Greek language around, you get Hebrew.
yeah. So we don't
Look at
worry
the
about no
characteristics,
Greeks.
man. They
You
are
worry about what
identical.
it says inside Hebrew. Inside
Look at the
Hebrew, it
characteristics. It's
says,
the same thing when you speak Spanish. When you look at the characteristics of Spanish, they are identical to English. When you look at the characteristics of Ukraine and Russian, you see that they have the same thing. It's highly resemblance. I mean, you can't let these devils manipulate you, because that's what they do. They
I'm not
understand the power of
manipulated.
confusion. They understand the power of divide. That's why I
I'm
say divide and conquer. They
I'm
don't
not
want to see us
manipulated.
together. We are more powerful together
All you
than
gotta do is
division.
go to the British Museum and look up, and you can even do this online. Just look up the black Jews in the British Museum, and you're going to see what the black Jews look like. They got dreads and braids in their hair.
Oh God! All right, guys, I
So
gotta take my son. I gotta
y'all
take
just
my
on
son.
some skin deep stuff.
That is
I gotta
What
take my
people
unbelievable.
son.
look
And
like.
listen, I gotta take my son to football
I
practice.
just know this, man.
We could, nah, come on, man. But
Y'all
we
some
gotta do,
shallow stuff, man.
yeah, man. We gotta do part 2. But listen, I gotta go. Everyone, thanks so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, that is Mere Search for Huru. Peace.
Peace.